Alright, so we're back again, another video. This is a little different. Got Adolfo here. And we're working on that truck today.
The lug nuts?
Alright, so we're here, shop, old tire, but we need a wheel on that side so we can roll it to here. And that's what we got that one for, because this wasn't even that, it wasn't tiring very well. So we decided to change that with this bad boy. And you got it backwards there, son.
No, I know.
Okay.
I do realize that.
So we're gonna see if this fits. Our problem is we found a wheel in here that worked, but it didn't fit over the drum of it. So I'm thinking this might be a little more success. If we have somebody that's qualified to, you gotta turn it the other way. Turn it, keep turning. Clockwise, keep turning clockwise. Is that, this baby's hot. We're almost there. Oh, it's not the right bolt pattern. Damn it. This is ass, basically.
Talk about trash.
It's big junk. Big hunk of junk is what this is. So what now?
Bring out the drill.
Because that don't work. That one don't work. Both of those over there don't work.
That one does.
But the tire's a little... The tire... It don't do the thing.
It's about halfway up.
I'm out of ideas. 673 minutes later and like 5 brain cells. We got a wheel on there. Don't look at that, but look at that. That. So now we're gonna have to deal with our swamp cooler because it's running out of agua, and we'll catch you back to it when we roll this sucker in. Bada bing, bada boom. We got her. So, a little bit of history on this truck. There's not much to be known about it, and honestly, there's not much to be cared about. But, as you can see, it's a 1957 Chevy pickup. But that's about the only thing that's a 1957 Chevy pickup. Is, you know, the body. Because if you look, that's not factory. This, you know, none of this really. I mean, look, oh, you got a fancy stereo here. That carpet, mint. The seat is just to die for. I mean, who wouldn't want, you know, it's an electric seat even. Yeah. It's rough, is what I'm saying. It's on like what appears to be some sort of frame, obviously, but it's like a Chevy van frame. See, it's got independent front suspension on her, which is, you know, it's a good thing. It's got a 12 bolt rear with the flatbed. This flatbed is probably worth more than the truck. It's all metal. It's pretty solid. This is supreme safety. That is the bed spacer. And that right there, that's a bed bolt. I don't know if you've seen one. That's a very limited edition bed bolt. But anyways, power plant on this thing is, it's a little different. It's got a small block Chevy of some sort, and it's got lots of chrome. It may not get you home, but it's got the chrome, so that's a good thing. And it's got, you know, it's got the headers on it. But there's one little problem here, in that that boy's locked up. That's the trick here, is we gotta get this thing busted free and running in what? 10 days? We got 10 days to get this thing running. So yeah, we're gonna dive in here and start pulling things apart, see if we can get some fluids in them cylinders, see if we can bust whatever is stuck free. And we got our cooler, that's the lifesaver. We got our brand new Gear Wrench tools to help us. Not sponsored, sadly.
Assholes.
Oh,
We're working on it, right?
we're far from a Gear Wrench sponsorship, I'll tell you that much. Alright, so we got an update. Exhaust is down. Headers are, ejected. Well, not ejected, they're still there. There's mice in the exhaust, so we're just hoping that it didn't translate all the way up into, that region, because if it did, that's no bueno. So now we're gonna work on taking all the header bolts off and getting the headers off, and that way we might be able to
Do something.
get the plugs out and get some schmoo of some sort down in there, whether that be Marvel Mist Oil or Seafoam or some combination of all the things that you probably shouldn't mix together. So let's get to it. Alright, so that actually went easier than I expected it would, because they all came out without, issue. So we got the headers, they're just kind of, dirty dangling there on both sides. Now we're going to pull the plugs out, and if we can find our little camera that we got, we're going to use it and inspect the cylinders. I already know that number 1 and number 4 are the ones that are causing us problems, because I can see rust on the exhaust ports. The rest all look alright, I think. Do they look alright on this side, Adolfo? Except one? I think so. So yeah, we're gonna get some crap bubbled down in there, and we're gonna catch back with you in a little bit. Alright, news flash. We have cameraed all 8 of the cylinders in this thing. And so far, what we have found: number 4, number 6. They're bad. They're disgusting. There's one that's got lots of schmoo in it. Number 4 is rusty. Number 1 is a little rusty as well, because you can tell that I can see it with the camera, the exhaust valve. But other than that, the other was 8 minus 5 cylinders are they're intact, and there's some I can see. I know you may not believe me, but I see cross hatching on some of these. Yes, there is, the vertical scores, but there's also cross hatching, so that just cancel out. It's good. And then we're gonna pull the valve covers off, make sure no valves are stuck, pull the intake off. Hopefully it's not full of the dust in there. Not the intake, pull the air cleaner off and make sure nothing. I mean, it's a junk carburetor, them they don't work that good, basically, is what I'm saying. So yeah, that's where we're at. We might actually get somewhere, maybe. So that's where we're at, and cut you back in a little bit. More progress. We got, the valve shiny things off, and Adolfo's got a mallet. Honestly, everything in here looks pretty good. You can just tell where there's rust. Exhaust on 4 was down. Intake on 2 was down. That didn't do much. And exhaust on 1 was also down, which explained, intake was down on 1. So that explains, you know, the goofiness that was happening. So we're gonna test, make sure none of the valves are stuck by hitting them on the valve side. Make sure the valve side, you don't want to hit the push rod side, otherwise you'll definitely break something. So you make sure you hit on the valve side. We'll just show you. Along and see how it's kind of like a hollow sound. Right? See, that one's stuck. We got it though. Hear that? We got it unstuck. I knew I was gonna do that. Alright.
Good enough.
Success. So now we fill with whatever we find laying on the shelf over there that looks like it might do something. Alright. We got, you know, lots of
Goober
things,
schmack.
lots of goober schmack to fill these up with. So we got the greatest idea. So we're gonna give it like a, you know, like a tss of one, and then like the same, like a tss of the other one, and then whatever that doesn't do, we'll top it off with this. So
How do you pour that?
we, you know, just go bug. So we might be getting somewhere here, guys. And then once we do that, we'll just let it, you know, soak. Okay. So we got this thing buttoned up-ish for now to keep most of the dirt out of every orifice that we can. Every plug hole is plumb full of a combination of liquids. We have, first we threw some blaster in there, and we gave it some Freol treatment. Then we let it sit. Then we put more Freol. And after that, we topped everything off with a little bit of, you know, secret sauce. That way, everything has time to soak in. And tomorrow, I think we'll come in the morning. We'll top off with we'll top every cylinder off with Mr. Oil, because hopefully, in theory, maybe kind of, sort of ish, should seep down through the rings and hopefully rejuvenate them cylinders so they move again. That's the theory of it, anyways. We're gonna have to buy spark plugs because some Nimrod, not to be named, but yeah, they're kind of. We'll see if it turns first. If it turns over first, then I'll be happy about it. All right, so we've been plugging away, getting tires off, finding that we got, you know, you don't need all of those, I don't think. They're just recommended. Everything looks all right. I mean, the bearings are tight in the front, so you can't really complain there. And Adolfo's is getting this last wheel off that we need to get off. And yeah, we're kind of almost done with what we can do for now. Except he done got it stuck. So we're kind of done with what we can do. We might try and get the, oh, get this. It's got rear air shocks. So we might try and get them back plumbed up, huh, Adolfo? Yeah,
Maybe more.
Grandpa bought it for $500 from a trailer park. Bought it for the transmission. It's a Muncie 4-speed, and supposedly it's a Corvette engine. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't care. It's a V8. And I don't think Adolfo cares either.
As long as it's running.
Well, it ain't running. So we'll hopefully change that. So stay tuned for the next one. It'll be coming soon because I only got 10 days total to do this. So we'll see you later.